Girlfriend started her job, and I'm more pissed than she is. She got hired by big grocery store, and in my small town. Her starting pay at $15 is great. The problem is she's a part-time worker, which means she has to wait a year to get benefits instead of 90 days. What's the cutoff? Apparently 34 plus hours is full-time. So of course she's working 3-3. We live in Texas and a quick Google search says that full-time is considered 32 plus hours. So they might even be breaking the law. IDK. But the worst part is her schedule. Tomorrow she works 2:30 p.m. 10 p.m. and then 11 a.m. 7 p.m. then 4 p.m. 9 p.m. then 4 a.m. 1 p.m. Why are they changing her schedule like this? I don't even understand the point for them. They just hired multiple people. Why do they need to make her change her sleep schedule every day? Just to work 1 hour short of getting health care and benefits? Exactly as they planned, and there's nothing we can do except not work at these places or accept getting bent over. This is most certainly Walmart. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy. I know from experience. That schedule blows, and just a heads up, if she needs health insurance she should apply through healthcare.gov and say her employer isn't giving her health insurance. It's an easy application and coverage is often free when you have a low income. Sounds like Walmart. I also work there. The way they abuse the system is that they give you an hour break and give you an extra half hour, so that it does not legally count as a full day's pay. The break itself doesn't count as an hour of work, so they use that as a means of extracting as much work from you without having the obligation to give benefits. Schedules are made like this to prevent people from having a second job. What other company is gonna hire someone when they have a schedule that changes weekly and is all over the place? No one. It keeps people on part-time with no benefits, and the cycle of poverty continues. You can't advance or better your life because the job is essentially a full-time plus job with hours like that. Because it takes so much effort to plan with schedules like that. It should be illegal, really. Hire someone part-time, whatever hours, but it's the same hours every week, same days, no variation. That way you can give another employer something to work with to fill the gap if you so choose. I'm not from Texas, so I really don't know. And also I'm not a lawyer. I did get curious, though. What I'm seeing is that the IRS and the ACA consider full-time to be 30 hours. For the purpose of mandatory health insurance only. I think that all companies over 50 employees have to meet minimum health coverage requirements. And in Texas, so do small businesses. 250 employees. So in this sense, the employer's classification of her as part-time seems to be false. There's also, however, a 2014 IRS publication which says that a company can take up to 12 months to determine whether or not a new hire employee works at least 130 hours per month. There are 3 weeks in a month. And notice they use a monthly evaluation. The full doc, very long, is here. I searched new hire and looked through all the matches. This is the section which I think might be relevant. https www.federalregister.gov/D/201403082/P157. Under the lookback measurement method, the identification of a variable hour employee at the start date is based upon the employer's reasonable expectations. If classified as a variable hour employee, the employer is permitted to wait through the initial measurement period, up to 1 year, to determine whether the employee is a full-time employee. I wonder if they might be using, or abusing, a variable hour employee classification. I would think that variable means that the employee might legitimately drop below 130 hours a month, often enough through a year that their yearly average is legitimately in doubt. I would not think that it means the employee is asked to work early and late shifts. Did they tell her how many hours a week she can expect? Do they show a pattern of scheduling their supposed part-time or variable employees, the ones who aren't special cases, such as hired only for weekends at or above AVG 30 hours per week? Where the IRS says reasonable expectations, I think that it's possible that if the company has demonstrated a pattern of scheduling people at or above 130 hours per month, then for them to designate a new hire of that type as variable isn't reasonable. It might be worth reaching out to the IRS to ask what they think. Edit to add. This Redditor mentions that the company's supposed to evaluate after 90 days even so. So maybe ask the IRS about that. Mention it to the IRS if it's not happening. HEB lol. Is this Heb? If so, unfortunately she has to work full-time hours for a year to qualify for benefits and then continue working full-time hours to keep the benefits. They really take advantage of people. But also, if it is HEB, then they cannot schedule her like that. There's supposed to be 10 or 11. I forgot exactly which hours between shifts, and she can fight back on it. Speaking from experience, she can also ask WTF they're doing with her schedule and try to work something out with the manager. This is only me saying if it's HEB, because I know from my own personal hell experience of working part-time 40+ hours per week face with rolling eyes woman facepalming medium skin tone. For them, and this all sounds like it's HEB. If it isn't, I would see what the company's rules on said things are. But yeah, unfortunately HEB will try to screw people, especially on benefits, because they really do not want to give people benefits. They don't want her to have benefits, and they don't want her to have another job. It's all according to the plan. The plan to make sure she leaves before she gets in enough time. Keep her hours jumping all over the place so it's difficult to find another part-time job. Or even better, a decent full-time job. Sleep deprivation is a brainwashing cult tactic. Maybe this is how they keep employees from having the brainpower to escape. Woman facepalming medium light skin tone, but seriously, that is messed up. Lol dude. That is typical grocery store scheduling. Since she's in TX, I'd strongly recommend she looks for work at Buc-ee's. They pay very well and their benefits are top-notch. That's grocery. When a new person with open availability comes in, they're often bounced around to see who they work with best, etc. But as a part-timer in a department with a wide range of hours, she'll never have a set schedule. That being said, the clopen shift she's got may not be in line with policy. There's not even 8 hours in between. My wife had a similar kind of job. Part-time with crazy shift changes for no rational reason. Then she got breast cancer. According to my wife's oncologist, women who work jobs where the shift is constantly change are 6x times more likely to develop breast cancer than women who work a consistent schedule. I'd have your girlfriend quit today, if it was me. Welcome to late-stage capitalism. The system is designed this way intentionally. Get as much as possible from you, give as little as possible back, and exhaust you so that you don't have the energy to change your circumstance. This is why I want employers out of the benefits business. Better to have a healthcare tax paid as a percentage of wages than it wouldn't matter part or full time still have cover. Same for retirement. Do like Australia does with superannuation. Employer pays set percentage into fund employee selects. $15 per hour is great? In US? With no benefits? WTF guys, you really need some kind of revolution FR. Just another fun way corporations can jerk their employees around. Dehumanizing. The schedule is entirely to make it difficult for her to feel comfortable getting a second job. I've seen it for decades. I'd hire someone for days who's working retail for evenings. And suddenly, the retail job starts scheduling them 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. They even end up with fewer hours there, but in a way that prevents them having any hours with me. The company wants to keep their options wide open and limit hers as much as possible.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.